Hello guys, welcome to lesson 19, and today you will be learning about complex fractions. So we have left the equations and now we are moving into proportions, and you are going to learn about how to simplify complex fractions and also how to find the unit rates. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. So here is your vocabulary for today. We have the word complex fractions. So anytime you have a fraction written this way, we have one half over 2, and we have 3 over 1/2. Those are complex fractions. So let's go ahead and do an example. Here we need to simplify. This is really nothing new, but it's just the way that it is written makes it a little confusing the way that it is written. So here we have 1/4 over 2. Now one thing you need to remember is that whenever you see a fraction, it really means division. So this really means 1/4 over 2. We can actually rewrite it as 1/4 divided by 2. Please remember that the fraction bar is division. Now this doesn't look so scary, right? Because all know how to divide fractions. So, and then we just follow the rules for dividing fractions. So we have 1/4 times 1 over 2. Please remember that there is a 1 below the 2. So we need to go ahead and multiply by the reciprocal. And then we just multiply. We multiply the numerators and the denominators, and we get 1/8. And then we want to simplify it as much as we can. In this case, there's no need to simplify, so we're good. So, which means 1/4 over 2 is the same as 1/8. Again, is the same as 1/4 divided by 2, or 1/4 times 1/2 when we do the reciprocal. Alright, so go ahead and do this one. Alright, so here we have 2/3 over 6. Alright, let's see what the correct answer is. And that one will be 1/9. Again, what we want to do here is say 2/3. Instead of the fraction bar, we are going to use division. Divide by 6. Now remember, this whole number, there's a 1 below it. So this will be the same as 2/3 times 3 over 1. I mean 6 over 1 over 6. My bad. 1 over 6. Now this is where you need to remember KCF. Keep, change, flip. So now these can actually be simplified. 2 will cancel and 6 will become a 3. We've done these several times, and the final answer will be 1/9. Alright, so here is another one. We do the exact same thing, but this one here you have to be careful. This is 1 divided by 1/2. So we want to go ahead and rewrite it again as a division. So it's 1 divided by 1/2. Remember, we cannot commute division. So if it is 1 divided by half, we cannot switch it around to saying, oh, it's half divided by 1. You will get two different answers. Alright, so again, this is 1 over 1, and we multiply by the reciprocal here. So the answer will be 2. Alright, so 1 over 1/2 is the exact same thing. Now let's move on to some word problems. Alright, so here we have Josiah can jog 1 1/3 miles in 1/4 of an hour. Find his average speed in miles per hour. Now this is why we need to know how this is. Now again, we are finding the unit rate in miles per hour. So we need to go ahead and write it as a rate. So we need to go ahead and write it down as a ratio. So we have 1 1/3 mile over 1/4 hour. Again, he did 1 1/3 mile in 1/4 of an hour. This is this a whole problem translated into a ratio. However, we are not dealing with regular numbers here. We are dealing with fractions. So if we leave it like as a ratio, it will be a little confusing. So please go ahead and set it up as a division. So we get 1 1/3 divided by 1/4. Please remember that whenever you are multiplying or dividing fractions, we need to have change any mixed number to improper fractions. So 1 1/3 changed to a mixed number, changed to improper, will be 4/3 divided by 1/4. And now we can go ahead and do KCF. So it's 4/3 times 4 over 1. And then we multiply the numerators, 4 times 4 to get 16, and 3 times 3 to get, or 3 times 1 to get 3. And then we end up with 16 over 3, or we can change it to a mixed number to 5 1/3. So that means he did 5 1/3 miles per hour. That was his average speed. Okay. All right. So go ahead and try this one. Pause. Come back and get the answer. All right. So here is the answer. So this should have been 30 days. Again, what we do here is so we have Marcus has a bag of cat food that contains 22.5 cups. If he needs if he feeds his cat a total of 3/4 cup of food per day, how many days will the bag last? So basically what he's gonna do is divide this big cup into 3/4 cup. So here we do 22. We're trying to see how many little 3/4 cups we can get out of there, since it's giving it to each day. So here we go ahead and say we are going to divide by 3/4. Please remember to change this to improper. So this will become 45 over 2 times, then we flip the second fraction, 4 over 3. Alright, so 2 cancel, 4 become a 2, and 3 cancel, and 45 become 15. So then we have 15 times 2, and we get 30. So the bag will last them 30 days. Alright, so here we are dealing with percent. We have on Javier's soccer team about 33 1/3% of the players have scored a goal. Write 33 1/3% as a fraction in simplest form. Now we need to remember that percent means over 100. So we have it's really 33 1/3 over 100. Again, this line is really division. We are dividing. So here we go ahead and rewrite it as a division. And then we want to change 33 1/3 to a to an improper fraction. And then we multiply by 100. Now the 100 cancel. So we are left with 1/3. So as a percent, 1/3 will be 33 1/3 as a fraction in fraction form. Okay, so go ahead and try this one. So we have 6 1/4% as a fraction. All right, the answer will be 1/16. So again, one of the things we want to do here is to first of all rewrite it. It's 6 1/4 over 100, which is the same as 6 1/4 divided by 100. Oh, this is a 6. Now we want to go ahead and change this. 6 times 4, 24 plus 1. So here we get 25 over 4 times, please remember there's a 1 here, 1 over 100. Alright, so a 25 here will cancel, we'll have 1, and the 100 will cancel and become a 4. So 1 times 1 is 1, and 4 times 4 is 16. Okay, well, that was it for today. We will be practicing these more in class. I don't want to make this too long. It's already been like 10 minutes. So I'll see you guys in class. Have a good one. Bye bye.